What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. I hope everybody's having a great day. Okay, every now and then, when you find folks who send something into my Facebook or on the comment section of YouTube or whatever it may be. Well, Kev Williams did just that. He said, Chris, you need to check this video out that has this photo in there. Now, when you see this photo, many of you will recognize it. And the people who have not seen it before, you're going to be a little perplexed because you're going to say, okay, what is that? Now, we'll get into that a little bit more, what people were saying it was, and then what I think it is. And of course, as always, you guys will get the last say. You'll be able to drop your thoughts down below. Now, before I go on, I do have an announcement. If you guys are not doing anything Wednesday on the 14th, which is this Wednesday coming up, join me with Jean-Claude from Beyond Mystic. We're going to do a live feed there. He's invited me to go on to a show right here. And you can see right here, it's going to be Wednesday, April 14th, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you folks are not doing anything, join me. It'd be awesome to see you guys here in the chat section. That'd be pretty cool. And you can see this little black box right here in the lower left corner of the screen. See, it says right here, set reminder. It says reminder on. So guys, like I said, if you're not doing anything Wednesday, join me, man. It'd be great to have you on there. All right, let's get back to this photo. All right, now this is from Msss 109, and it is the mass cam. Now, when you see this, most people have seen this and said, oh my God, that so looks like bones or a vertebrae from some kind of creature here on the left. I believe it's something else. I believe it's more mechanical than it is some past living creature. Now, one thing I want to show you guys is, if you haven't noticed this already, from left to right, it seems to be a circle. See that? If you had the adjacent photo on the left, you would see it also comes around in almost a 3/4, almost 80% circle comes around. So you say to yourself, okay, so what could this have been? But when I get into this, I see this weird looking thing, and we'll get into this right here. And it looks like it has some kind of openings. You can see the darker areas. So I'm not sure what that is, but to me, these are all mechanical parts, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. Then we're going to talk about this area, which is also equally cool. When I take this color off, what you'll see is this area right in the middle of the screen, and actually turns a lot whiter than its surroundings. Same thing with the lower right here. You'll see that as well. All right, enough chit-chat. Let's jump into this. All right. Here we go. Now, let me just take off this nasty color. Watch what happens to this area here. You can see it gets incredibly bright, just like I said on the right-hand side. Now, why do you suppose that is? Now, where else have we seen this? Oh, that's right, the moon. In a lot of Mars photos, they do this. Anything they don't want you to do, they highly contrast it out. All right, so let's get into the foreground first. And guys, watch this. I'm going to fully enhance that. Watch what happens. Now, you can see in the back here, some things come out, and I'll show you that in a moment. But check this out. Look at this here. What is going on here with these pieces? Now, keep in mind, like this one right here, look at the blur around it. They're changing this thing. I see something right here that looks more brown, and you can see the rest of this is like this weird, almost sandy color you see down here. Do you guys see that? Right there, you got brown on this, going like this and then down. Again, look at this item right here. And then notice the pieces on top of it. Like things like this. Little bits and pieces. And you can see this. It looks like it has openings to it, right? Not sure what to make of this. Looks like this thing's doing this like this here. And you can see it does actually have like a line under it, like it has a straight part. Now, to me, that looks mechanical. That's only in my opinion, guys. That's what it looks like. Notice also, when I do this, look at some of the stuff in the foreground here. Right? It looks like parts as well. Now, slide over here. We have this piece right here going like this. And then down like this. And it appears to be some kind of weird, almost looks like some kind of weird box, right? And again, there's a lot of blurring going on here, guys. And I mean a lot. Look at the pieces in here, right? This thing. Looks like it has this weird little black tube there on the side here. You can see that. Something inside this darker area, the squared off area almost. And it looks like there's different parts to this thing. Now, what this could possibly be is beyond me. However, I believe that this is more mechanical than it is like a vertebrae of some sort. You can see other little parts here. Guys, see all of these like weird squares? These are not compression artifacts. This is manipulation. Something they probably lay like a grid, like a compression grid over the whole photo. Again, I've said this, where this whole area looks completely whited out. But there are shapes in there. And I'm going to show you this. This is cool. Now, before I get to that, check this out. Like I said, some of these things, like this here, it appears to be something sticking right out of it, almost like this like little fork type thing, sticking out of this little hole or box type thing. You guys see that right there? We have other pieces up here. Things that just don't look like rocks, right? Check this out. Little pieces coming down. Again, they do a great job of trying to camouflage everything into this. You know, when clearly you can see it once you enhance it. Now, let's go black and white on this thing for the bottom here so we don't have any colors throwing us off. Right there, guys. What do you suppose this thing is? Now, in some ways, it actually does look like some kind of vertebrae. And there's multiple parts that look very similar to each other. But again, what's the deal here with this circle coming around? And like I said, if you've seen the adjacent photo on the left, you would see that it also comes around like this, like 80% circle. Does not make sense. Now, that doesn't mean an animal couldn't have burrowed up there and died, right? But when I see this, I'm more apt to think this is more of a mechanical part, and it's not very big, guys. You know, we're looking back here. This is on the ground. These parts are probably not more than, if I had to guesstimate, these here, this whole section of these, I don't think it's 3 to 4 feet in length, whatever that may be. All right, so let's get into this middle section because this is cool. And we're going to go right to the stock one again. And I want you guys to notice something. I can actually literally draw this out from things that are literally hiding here, right? We have this piece here. But this gets more and more bizarre inside here as we get into this. We have this piece over here. Looks like some kind of weird piece right there. But this appears to be doing this. Like some kind of weird raised up piece. But check this out, guys, before we even get into the enhancements. Half of this thing, or quarter to half, is almost blurred out. Right there. You guys see that? Comes down. Does this. Do you guys see that before I even do the enhancements? Now, there's much, much more tiny pieces in here. Here. Almost looks like this little ball type thing. Right? And you can see the blur, guys. It's just crazy how much they've done to this photo. All right, here's the photo here, and here's the parts that were brought out. All of these pieces inside here. Okay, we got a piece that looks like it's standing up right here, off the ground, doing this, and it has this dot in the middle. Other pieces, right? Again, here's this other piece, which to me is just awesome. Right here. Right there. And again, it looks like they have this raised piece right here. Now I'm going to jockey back and forth. Just guys, pay attention to the lines here. And this little piece here. Watch what happens. Just look at the lines. They are in fact there. See that? Notice how this piece comes out, goes down like this, goes back into something down here. Watch. See it? It's literally coming over here, coming down. Looks like it appears to be going down to this like smaller, darker piece. And again, check this out. It looks like something is raised up like this, but something flat on the ground. Like you can see this right here. It's flat, but like this weird circle type thing, which just has this point and doing this here. Again, I've got a bunch of pieces here. And this piece here, this is what's really wild. This right here. Look at these pieces. Look like they're going off into more than one area in the back here. You see, guys, see this? And look at the little holes on these pieces right here. There's 1, 2, 3 straight piece coming out like this. It's like there's multiple of these little pieces, and they appear to be on this one piece. Guys, see that? The way it's doing this. You can see something's in the background, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and it looks like it does this. And you can see what it looks like it's going across. Now, when you look at these other pieces, and again, it looks like it is 1, 2, and a faded 3 right there. So when you look over here, we have this other piece, but check what it's doing, guys. Check this out. Look at this. Half round circle. And this piece happens to be coming out of this. Not sure if that's completely round, but it seems to be doing that. And you can see right here where they blurred this whole area compared to this piece right here underneath, where you can see this thing going like this. It's going underneath this blur. So what are we seeing here? Let me go back to the original. They are in fact in there. You can see them going off. This half round piece coming off. So I'm not sure if that's round or what that's supposed to be, but check that out. I'll go back and forth. Look at the areas back in here, as well as, again, this one here, and you can see that. Mechanical parts, guys, as far as I'm concerned. That's the way it looks like to me. That's all you see here is mechanical parts. Now, I found this area here interesting because several things. One, it appears to be on a flat block type thing, or a flat plate, concrete, call it what you will, right? And it appears to have this piece like it's standing up, has this little arch type thing. But on this area, it appears to be flat, like it's a drawing or a design on this plate, concrete slab, call it what you will, whatever that is. And you can see little designs on it, that darker area, right? See that? And it appears to have something doing this right there. And again, we have these multiple pieces here and everywhere in here. This, to me, screams mechanical parts. That's the way I see it. Put it in 2 filters, darken it up a little bit. There you go, guys. Tell me what you see here. Like I said, to me, mechanical parts. This is why they're on Mars. I said this a million times. This is what they're on. It's a recon mission. That's what that is. And that's why I believe that this isn't an animal-type vertebrae. And that's because I'm looking at the end over here that tells me that may not be something that was living on the left, but maybe it's something they disguised as something more mechanical of some sort. There you go, guys. Guys, tell me what we're seeing here. In my opinion, mechanical parts. Now, we do have that part in the foreground that looks like vertebrae. It looks like something from a creature, right? But then when you look at the right-hand part of that and enhance it, get the blur off of it and enhance it, it looks mechanical. And I think you guys would agree on that part. Now, on the left-hand side, who knows? It may be disguised as something that's supposed to be like a rock type thing or whatever, but it still looks like a vertebrae of some sort. But like I said, when I look at the right-hand side, not so much. And the fact that this thing's in like 80% of a circle makes me think, wow, what is going on here? Now, that doesn't mean an animal can't die like it's sort of like curled up type thing and have that, right? So the question would be, was it something that was alive and died there, or is it something mechanical and they disguised it? Now, the background behind it. Those, to me, scream intelligently made and appear to be parts. Is it electronics? Mechanical? Again, this is the reason why I believe that's more intelligently made and not a living animal, or once was a living animal, on that foreground. But again, you guys give me your take on it. I'd love to hear your comments, so always drop your comments down below. It is appreciated. You guys know that. And guys, don't forget to share and like this. This stuff needs to get out. Now, this has been done before, but not in this depth. And that's what I like to do. I like to really pull these things apart and see what's really in these photos. Again, NASA has that way of doing that. They look at it this way. What are you guys going to argue about? You're going to say, oh, it's jagged rocks? Or maybe they'll come to the conclusion, oh, it's some kind of vertebrae. So even if they had the public thinking it was, they're going to go, hey, at least they don't think it's technology. That's all we care about. They can argue whether it's jagged stone sticking out or it's some kind of weird animal. Either way, it's not hurting us any. But if they found it, if it was mechanical parts, this would blow the lid off of us. We can't have that. Again, guys, please like and share. It's always appreciated. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so YouTube will share it. And folks, like I said, if you're not doing anything on Wednesday, on the 14th, which is 2 days from now, go ahead and join us on that live feed with Jean-Claude on Beyond Mystic. Be glad to see you guys there. Anyway, guys, have yourself a great morning, good afternoon, good evening, and I'll see you soon. Peace, guys.